Oh, okay, we're off again. Okay, this is question 3. Using examples, outline the problems facing social scientists who want to use categories like community and society in order to understand the pattern and order of the social world. Okay, now to my reasoning, this is another way of looking at social change, which has been the theme of part 1 and relates to the other 2 questions that we've been discussing on Parsons and Simmel. This one is looking at the social scientific, social theoretical categories of community and society. Again, the logic of this question is quite simple, quite straightforward, and is of the following order. Supposing, this is what we tackled in part 1, supposing the word village was the word that we'd always been using to describe a group of people that live together in a particular place. Village. If you try to take the word village and the concepts associated with it and apply it to an analysis, let us say, of London, which contains somewhere around 10 million people, what would be wrong with trying to say London is a village? Trying to apply the concepts of village life to something the size of London. I hope you would agree with me that there would be a bit of strain there. The word village and the concept of village doesn't quite kind of fit with the modern kind of situation and the way in which social relationships and the way in which institutions and individuals relate to them operate within a metropolis like London. So, village is not an appropriate word. It's an old word which we're trying to use to describe a contemporary situation. At the start of the social sciences, at the start of social theory, and at the start of indeed sociology, the words community and society were words that were extremely important. They were extremely important because sociologists and social theorists wanted to be able to describe the fact that the new world order of the 19th and early 20th centuries was to do with an order that had come about in transition from community life to something bigger and grander and something that needed some analysis, what we call society. And what this question is asking is if these new terms used theoretically, like society and community used in that kind of way, whether we can still use them as appropriate terms. If we use them as appropriate terms to describe contemporary situations, the Muslim community, the internet or community, cyberspace community, are we actually stretching? Are we actually using these words to try and describe something which is a bit in tension? Like trying to use the word village, stretch the meaning of it to describe something like London, the metropolis, the sprawling metropolis of London. Clearly, we have to reject the word village. It seems to refer to some other reality. It refers to a smaller kind of residential operation involving, 20, a few hundred people, a few hundred households. It doesn't seem to describe the kind of situation that's appropriate to the contemporary world. Anyway, throughout the 20th century, of course, community and society are words that we've been trying to relate within social theory, particularly in Parsonian, Durkheimian type approaches, Turners, Gemeinschaft, Gesellschaft, and all of that we discussed in part 1. And so what this essay is asking you to do is that in the contemporary age of radical social change, globalization, the internet and various other things of that nature, what are the major problems in applying these traditional theoretical categories to the situation of the contemporary world? That's what you're being asked to assess. And on this particular question, because there isn't a section in the reading list which is labelled like Marx, Durkheim, Parsons and so on, there are a selection of readings which are available on Blackboard, as I'm sure you're aware because I've sent emails about them out already. Okay, very good. I look forward to reading what happens.